आपादमौलिपर्यन्तां गुरूणामाकृतिं स्मरेतेन विघ्नप्रणश्यन्ति सिद्धन्ति च मनोरथाः। लक्ष्मीं तनोतु नितरामितरानपीक्षमङ्गलद्वयं निगमशाकशिखाप्रवालम् हैरम्बमम्बुरुहडम्बरचौर्यनिग्रहविघ्नाद्रिभेदशतधारधरन्धरन् सर्वेषां स्वागतम्. So we continue with this concept of ahambhava in the samskara session. So here we learnt about the two different categories or types of ahambhava, stula and sukshma. We learned that stula is attachment to the bodily and the indriya associated uh, karmas, and sukshma is intellect and mind associated thinking, priyas. Now, what is the consequence of ahambhava? Why should we get rid of ahambhava? Ahambhava, while we have these mahavakyas of aham brahmasmi or tattvamasi, tries to form a bond with the avyakta, the force that is hasn't manifested yet. We are all manifested. The force that hasn't manifested yet, we are trying to attach, or we are trying to merge, or we are trying to realize that force. Ahambhava, however, is of the nature of separation. Like the odd one out. So ahambhava is by nature trying to build yourself in such a way that we look down on everybody else. Because of that one particular reason, we treat ourselves separately. We do not look like everybody else. Like, for example, somebody is too good to stand in a line in public places. Somebody has to go through a VIP entrance to even meet, even go for in the temples also. So these are the reactions, the results of ahambhava, which is leading to separation. So this is by nature difficult from sadhanas. Sadhanas are always focused towards realizing the Brahman. So going against it is is obviously of the opposite nature. So ahambhava is of that way. The second one is the attachment. The attachment is mostly created to the self personality itself. So it is very difficult to go against ourselves. That is, we usually question, why me? Why me? This question, when I'm going through some trouble, I'm torturing myself by thinking, why me? Why is this happening to me? As if nobody else has faced that trouble, as if nobody else has any troubles in their life. They would also gone through something or the other. Somebody who without financial stability feels finance is a big struggle. Somebody with financial stability has health as a struggle. Somebody with health is not thankful for that because he's looking for something else. So like this, everybody has their own problem. But for us, we look at it as they say, grass is always green on the other end. So ahambhava has this nature of separation, and due to that separation it causes an unhealthy attachment. Is not wrong. Attachment should be formed as long as you can detach also. It is like that plug. When attachment is needed, we attach it. That means we do have the first two ashramas where we have to stay in society. Brahmacharya and Grihastha, to ultimately I have to start a family also. So therefore, samsara is also a part of it. So I have to connect myself over there. But to know when to detach or to be able to detach is only possible if the attachments that I have formed is within a certain limit. It is not of extreme intensities. So love, of course, has been very in popular source media, not social media, just social media. In media, it has been very wrongly portrayed as everything is fair in love or war, or something else is there. Um, uh, you love someone to an extent where kuch bhi kar jao or something like that. There is another quote. So basically, it is this love is not something where we take it to an extreme, where we totally forget that ultimately it has to be a sense of joy. So we take it to an extent where nobody is happy, it is no longer love. So there are different ways when we look at Radha Krishna. Their love is eternal, the purest form of love. So over there, there is very little uh, self-identity. And Krishna doesn't even recognize himself when it comes to Radha. So the usually I'm taking an example of it. It needn't just be love because it's mostly portrayed in in social circumstances and have been put out in popular fiction and all those things. I'm just taking that example. It needn't be that, but considering that the attachment that we are talking about here is for Ahambhava, any kind of attachment which goes beyond that certain limit where we are not able to detach ourselves. That means we reach a level of attachment where we are not able to detach ourselves. We reach that level, then we are in trouble. So we need to make sure that there's also a very popular nuance about thing about Indian parents, where Indian parents get so involved in their uh, kids' life that they are not able to not interfere. So that should be the limit. There should be a limit where kids have, after they grow up, after they are able to, that is the yardstick, when they are able to distinguish between what is good or what is bad, then they should be allowed to collect their own experience. There is no need for parents to keep prodding or parents to um get involved in their life. See, parents have to be worried. That is the nature of parents because they have given birth to them, and that attachment will always be there. But to dictate every move or to interfere in every decision of the child will ultimately, let alone for the child, it is going to be something of a very difficult position. But for the parent also, they're cultivating an unhealthy attachment. So there has to be that border, that we need to understand that any attachment that we cultivate, it should ultimately be to an extent where I can also detach. If I'm going beyond that, I get in trouble. Then I'm obviously going to suffer. How? Because I'm bringing that upon myself. Oh my, some they don't listen to me, they don't respect me. These kind of things come into mind. So that border must always be there. That limit, that must always be there. So the attachment also, uh, we need to make sure ahambhava, because of it causes attachment to unhealthy attachments. There also we have to be very clear, and we need to reduce that. Then, as I said, ignorance. The point of Brahmajnana is to understand that the reality itself, at least as per Advaita, reality itself is a Maya. Everything is Maya, then what is the point of discrimination, uh, uh, understanding separate identity for Akhyata, as they say, the world of Akhyata, understanding every name, knowing everything. The ultimate truth is already revealed. What is the point of it? Now, when people are not able to see that, that leads to ignorance. We have seen how ignorance acts. So that ignorance can lead to, uh, again, it is a circle. Ignorance can lead to separation. Separation, again, attachment, again, ignorance. Like that, it goes. So the best way for us to get rid of these three negative factors is by reducing aham bhava. And how do we reduce aham bhava? It is through atma bhukta, self-inquiry, and then meditation, and then most importantly, devotion. Very devotion we are speaking about is that subsidence. We need to surrender to a higher power, accepting the consequences. Here, gratitude is also a part of it. We are taking devotion because we are when we have aham bhava, it is very difficult to submit to a person just like us. So we are giving ourselves to a higher power. So these are some ways where we can reduce aham bhava, and it is very important. So with that, we will end aham bhava as a concept as well. स्वस्य प्रजाभ्यः प्रतिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महिषा गोब्राह्मणेभ्यो शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि।